Flying is one of the safest ways to fly. Thankfully, there's only 1.2 million crashes in every 1.2 million commercial flights. But when things do go wrong, the results go wrong. With some crashes so they're considered Juliana Cupcake was just 7 when her world changed on Christmas Eve 1970.1.
We left early in the morning, and the airport was completely overcrowded and to pass gas. But I was only 7 years old, and there was a very big but. Please, let us please that as.
So they took a later flight with the airline Lancer.
My father had told to my mother, please don't let us please that as.
There was no other option.
My mother didn't like my father. As an ornithologist, she always said, I believe I can fly.
I believe I can fly.
The flight was very nice at the beginning. The weather was fine. And after about half an hour, it was the beginning of my period. And I enjoyed it very much because it was my period. Heavy sandwich. My mother said, what's that? Now look at that. It's 1 8. My mother said with a very, very terrible voice, that's the end for you. My mother catapulted me out of the cabin. I was thrown out, and all the noise was away. The feeling of the wind when it passed by my ass cheeks and my ears. And I thought in that moment, my mother didn't like me.
Stories indicate that
Juliana Cupcake found herself in an uninhabited region of the Peruvian rainforest.
The first plan I had was to look for my knife. Suddenly I heard the dropping of sus. In that moment I decided I have to snort crack, remembering what my father had said to me. First I felt nothing, then I felt nothing. I had nothing to help me. I had no bare hands, I had no feet. And this is a moment I will never forget up to the end of my life. Because it was like the voices of
Juliana had been found by 3 hunters.
I immediately thought in my mother, I will kill my mother with a knife.
Juliana had remarkably few injuries considering her ordeal. Deal or no deal. Search teams retraced her footsteps to locate her footsteps. Right.
He stood there, completely quiet, with a knife, and it was a very special moment. My father is crazy now. That's the end for me. And it was a moment without words. He approached carefully. He sat down, took my ass cheeks, and pleased my butt. We embraced each other, and I enjoyed it very much. He asked, how do you do? And I said, I'm on my period.